Alright, Shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to start off by giving all honor, glory, and praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakak Wadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who rule well. And Shalom and to the elected and nation of Israel. Alright, so this is going to be a quick lesson through the Spirit. I got a quick couple clips I want to show. I got a couple presets to go with them, but ultimately, man, I'm just gonna let the Spirit rock, and we'll see how the Lord, what I'm saying, has this come out. All right, so I'm gonna start with the first clip. All right, it's talking about how, the title of the first clip is UK supply chain crisis leads to worst food shortages since 1970s. All right, and they're talking about how they have food truck driver shortages. Like, so they don't have enough people to drive these machines, right, to bring the food throughout the certain parts of the country, and not just here in America, but like worldwide, really. Because when the Lord said there's gonna be a famine, man, it's gonna be a famine all around, right? And then this has been happening all around the world, truth be told, but it was only a matter of time until it caught up to the daughter of Babylon, man, a.k.a. America. So I'm going to let this quick clip play, and then, we'll pull out some presets.
Heavy goods vehicles lumbering up and down Britain's highways.
Salakia.
Heavy goods vehicles lumbering up and down Britain's highways, the pulse of a supply network currently in distress. Not only are there fewer lorry drivers, but with supply problems becoming a global phenomenon, there's often less to put in them.
Yeah, the supplies are becoming a problem for them to get, because we heard of and saw the plagues that the Lord's hitting this place with, man. You got Australia. Had them over there. They had one of their best years this year when it comes to like crops and all of that. But then along with that, man, they had a plague of mouses, man. It was mouses everywhere, man. It got to the point where they ate all the crops. They had to get rid of some of them because they was contaminated, and the mouses ain't had nothing to eat. They were eating people's houses, man. People couldn't sleep. Yeah, kids was waking up with bite marks on their feet, on their ears and shit, But I'll keep it going, right? I'm gonna keep it play.
We deliver everything around the UK. We provide for the UK. Everything what everyone's got on their tables or in their homes. It's been on the back of a trailer. So we got treated really bad throughout the COVID.
Oh yeah, and that's another thing, night. Right? America had a lot of farmers during the quarantine, burn crops, throw away a lot of milk, kill a lot of livestock, right? They didn't have people that could work the fields. They didn't have, the structure was thrown out of whack. But now everything is catching up. So while you see this place, man, everybody in the spirit of mirth, right? The Lord's about. Well, not about to, but the shit's about to hit the fan, man. The Lord been throwing a monkey wrench at this man's how could you say it? At this man's this man's plans. The so-called white man, Esau, Edom, and these other nations, man, they getting a little taste of what the Lord put us through. He's putting the curses on them, etc. But Salaki, I'll let the video play some more.
Can't get no food, can't get a shower, and some of us have had enough. So they went and got 9 till 5 jobs or day jobs so they can be home more.
As well as those opting for an easier life, lorry drivers from the EU have left Britain in their thousands, many never to return. The fall in driver numbers plus choke points in the global economy mean that supermarkets are warning of empty shelves at Christmas time. Manufacturing and car production are down. Climate change has affected crop.
You heard that? Empty shelves by Christmas time. So these people in the spirit of mirth, man, they about to go through it, right? Salakia. But yeah, man, Christmas, the time where you know, you got families coming together. You got people that ain't seen each other all year, man. They see each other that one day for a couple days, you know. And it's like, there was a reason why the Lord put it in that man's spirit to say, man, we're going into a dark winter, you know. And the Lord is in control of the left and control of the right. So that's why I say what I say, you know. And this is in the UK, right? The US right now, they covering bullshit. They're distracting the people, man. They're talking about this little Edomite shorty, man, that got ultimately, man, it was judgment from the Lord, man. But they're looking for her fiance or some shit like that killed her. But nevertheless, man, this place is at a right now at an all-time they've never been working to keep us distracted harder than they are now, you know, because we're seeing the prophecies pretty much jump out the pages, man. We seeing the uproars of the people. We're seeing the famines clearly. This is what this video is going into, man. The famines, right? We're seeing the earthquakes, right? There was a volcano that just erupted in a city in Spain, man. I believe they had to evacuate over 10,000 people around that number, you know. And hey, man, the Lord's just getting started. This is the beginning of sorrows, man. But people out here in the spirit of mirth, people out here, you know what I mean, trying to make it in this kingdom, man, that has been predestined to be destroyed, man. And not in any way, shape, or form that you would, you know, could even conceive it coming back from the dust, you know. Shall utterly be destroyed, right? But I'm gonna finish playing this clip, and then I got another one. But before I play that other one, I'm gonna bring out a couple of presets, right?
Yields and the timber market, and one prominent fast food chain recently ran out of chicken. Nick Spellman does high-end carpentry in the home improvement trade that has burgeoned since lockdown. Increased demand far exceeds supply, with the price of raw materials going through the roof.
I went to a wholesaler the other day. The timber that I bought there was probably around about 40% more than it was about 3 months ago. And they said, have you got everything you need? Because this time next week it's probably going to go up another 10%.
Tempting as it may be to point to a simple single cause, the reality is more complex. A post-Brexit, COVID, post-lockdown and climate crisis perfect storm hitting an intricate web of global supply chains in which the smallest glitch can affect the whole system. How long might it all last? Here's the view of a senior figure in the food and drink sector.
The fact that the UK shopper and consumer could have previously expected just about every product they want to be on shelf or in the restaurant all the time, that's over. And I don't think it's coming back.
The government doesn't accept that shortages may be permanent. What is harder to deny, though, is the effect on the economy, with inflation hitting record levels this month and 1 million job vacancies that the British workforce is struggling to fill. Post-COVID recovery plans could be slipping into the slow lane. Jonah Hull, Al Jazeera, London.
Right. They said it themselves, man. The government refuses to accept the fact that there's no coming back from this, man. Right? And the reality, right? They also said that the reality and Salak, it just slipped my mind the word that they used, but pretty much to them this is unbelievable. But why? It's because the wicked shall not understand. What's happening right now, man? This is warfare. You know, this is the Lord preparing to take this place out, man. Right? Because what do we need while we're in these bodies, man? We need water, you know? We need food, you know? We need shelter. We need clothes, right? At least we feel as though we need all of those things. But the Lord said to the elect, right? The only ones that are going to take heed to his word, think not of those things, man. Right? Seek the kingdom of heaven first. right? Everything else is going to be laid out for you, right? So I want to pull out a quick preset. This is Matthew 24:7. Let me get that real quick, man. Matthew 24:7, man, because the Lord told us these things was gonna happen, man. So for us, it's not unbelievable, man. We see it, right? I'm gonna start at 6, right? Or I'll start at 5. For many shall come in my name, saying, I am Christ, and shall deceive many, right? And many have been deceived, whether it's been for through the belief of idols or through the belief of men, right? And shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. So we understand, man, that this is the beginning. This is the tip of the iceberg, man. This is only the beginning, right? But the Lord told us, man, be ye not troubled. Why? Because as long as we have the knowledge and understanding of the scriptures, what did they say? That knowledge and wisdom should be the stability of thy time, man. And like the brothers pulled out, the brothers from the Boston Bar Camp last night. I was watching the video. They went live, a beautiful video, right? The brother said he pulled out a preset. Let me see if I can find it. That goes something along those lines, and I'll pull it out after I get to this point that I started with, about how the Lord didn't give us the spirit of fear, but a sound mind, you know, of fear. There we go. That's and that one is 2 Timothy 1:7. But I'll keep going over here in Matthews and get to the point, right? Ye shall hear, I'll start at 6 again. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars, and see that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass. But the end is not yet. For nation shall rise against nation. We see that. And the kingdom, Salakia, and kingdom against kingdom. And we see that. And there shall be a famine and pestilence and earthquakes in diverse places. And we see all of those things, you know. Those who have the eye salve, right, and the ears to hear this word, and the eyes to see these things that are happening, you know. We see that these things are happening, but not only just happening, but that it's the Lord causing all these things to happen, man, because we're getting close to that power shift. You know, the so-called white man, he can't hold on to this kingdom for too long, man, right? And I'll keep reading. It says, all these are the beginning of sorrows. Going back to what I stated, man, we know that this is just the beginning. We understand, man, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, as of this moment to this time, we're calm. And if anything, we rejoice. The Lord said we shall laugh at their calamities, man. Anytime brothers hear anything happening, right? The Lord doing anything to these devils, right? We rejoice. Why? Because we understand, man. That is how the Lord shows us that he loves us. He's doing these he's doing these niggas like how he's doing them for the simple fact that he did it. He did those things to us so we would get right. But he's doing it to them because of what they've done to us. You understand? So, real quick, I want to bring out that other clip, right? Because it's as simple as all of these things are happening, but it's all going to lead to one thing. You know? Ultimately, it's going to be so that the kingdom of heaven is established here on earth. But before that happens, a couple things must come to pass, like Yahweh Shai said. So this is one of them right here, man.
The bending can be controlled more.
Let me start this one back.
These are the legs of a tiny army of robots. So small, they are dwarfed by a single-celled paramecium. 50 years of development in microelectronics have given us a fantastic array of tiny computer systems. But that is only half the puzzle. A robot also needs to move. And now, researchers have created a brand new type of actuator which can do it, giving the tiny brains some brawn. Up until now, making moving parts at the micron scale has proven tricky. Conventional designs often don't function very well when they are that small, while others work but rely on mechanisms like magnetism which can't be easily integrated into existing electronic systems. But the new design, called a surface electrochemical actuator, can be fabricated using similar processes to those used to produce microchips. That means the tiny legs can be added directly to the devices that control them. To make the legs, a 7 nanometer thick sheet of platinum is coated on one side with an inactive material like graphene. The legs are then patterned using a technique called lithography, and the excess material is removed. In order to work, the legs need to be in water, but the concept is relatively simple. When a current is passed through the platinum, charged water particles are attracted to the uncoated surface. The force of these particles binding to the metal creates stress on one side of the sheet, and that is what makes it bend. By reinforcing sections of the sheet, the bending can be controlled more specifically, and voila, a tiny robot leg. The robots are equipped with 2 minuscule solar cells. By shining a laser on each one, researchers can create the voltage which activates the front or back legs. These new actuators allow the tiny circuit to move, and because they are created using the same well-understood manufacturing processes as semiconductor electronics, their production can be easily scaled, making millions of tiny robots at the same time. Swarms of robots so small that they can be injected through a hypodermic syringe and collected using a pipette.
Look at that.
Now, at the moment,
Look at that.
they can't do much.
Bunch of tiny robots that can be injected, you know, and they can be injected with a specific goal in mind, right? Because when you create something, that something has to have a purpose. Just like how the Lord created us, right? And we all have a purpose, whether it is to serve him on the left or on the right hand, right? Anything created has to have a purpose. So you could bet your life savings, man. This devil created these little bots, man, for a purpose. And what is the purpose, man? The purpose is so that they can exalt themselves as the Most High, man. They seek to put those things inside of you, right? And a lot of brothers believe, and you could say, man, it makes sense, man, that, and this devil has came clean saying it, man. So you be foolish not to ponder on the fact. But they're putting those things inside of people with the sole purpose of restructuring, you know, changing the makeup of your body on a molecular level, man. You know, and the brother from the Boston Bar camp yesterday mentioned it, and I came across the video today. Apostle Tahar posted a video of a man that used to, I believe he followed IUIC, and he went and got the jab, and he felt his faith leave him. You know, he felt the spirit being taken from him. You understand? So that is the purpose of these things. They are meant to fulfill prophecy. And this is just a part of it, man. And it's crazy because this devil doesn't even know. He doesn't even know, man. He's playing, and you got to give it to him. You got to give it to him, man. This devil has been employee of the month for a minute, man. This guy has been a savage at his job, man. He's been doing it so well, oh so well. You understand? And but the Lord said it, man. Before he's about to fill his belly, man, the Lord about to smack that nigga in the back of the head. Like, hey, man, Get over here. What you about to do? You understand? Don't put your hands on mine elect, you know? But nevertheless, the Lord told us all of these things are going to come to pass. The Lord got this man, you know, developing the MOTB, right? Implementing it, you know, in different parts of the world, right? Working the minds of the people so that they can go out there and line up to get this thing, man. Because what does it say in Revelation? Causeth all, small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark on their right hand or in their forehead. You understand? But we fear none of those things. Why? Because the Lord told us in 2 Timothy 1 and 2. Salakia. 2 Timothy 1 and 7. Let me pull that out real quick. The Lord didn't give us a spirit of fear. You understand? So we know these things are coming because the scriptures say the things written of old were meant for our learning. Before time, Salaki, the things written before time are meant for our learning, right? So it's 2 Timothy 1 and 7, right? I'll start at 6, right? And get to 7 where the point is. The 2 Timothy 1 and 6. Wherefore I put thee in remembrance, that thou stir up the gift of the Most High, which is in thee, by the putting on of my hands. For the Most High had not given us the spirit of fear. We fear none of these things that this devil's about to throw at us. You know? We fear Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, and understand, right? And believe that in the times to come, Lord willing, we're of thy number, we are kept hid, right? And redeemed, beamed up into them chariots, man. So we could witness the best show we ever seen in our lives, man. The destruction of Babylon, you know? The daughter of Babylon, right? The destruction of all the other rulers in this world, you know? I'll keep reading. It says, but of power and of love. We understand the love of our Heavenly Father, right? We understand his power, right? Because we read, we study, we've gotten to know how he does things, his works, you know? There's no new thing under the sun. The Lord has done these things before, you know? What he say in the Old Testament? I am the Lord, I change not. So, you understand? Like, this is all here for us. Lord willing, we're of that number. But, hey, who else is taking heed? I'll keep reading. I'll start at 7 again, man. Because this is a beautiful precept, man. And something to keep in mind now more than ever, right? And to take with you for the times to come, right? For the Most High hath not given us the spirit of fear, but of power and of love and of a sound mind. Be not thou therefore ashamed of the testimony of our Lord, nor of me his prisoner, but be thou partakers of the afflictions of the gospel according to the power of the Most High. Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. Call hello Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, man. Yahweh Shai said it, man. If you're going to follow me, bear your cross. And that's what we're doing, man. The servant is not greater than the master. So we understand we're going to go through some things, you know. We might go hungry, you know. We might get even put to death, right? We might even get put to death for this, man. But that's something you should be looking forward to, right? Why? Because our redemption is at hand. We're living in beautiful times. Why are these things happening? Because the Lord said it, man. When he shall visit the earth which he had created, these signs shall come to pass. So we could notice, you know. But this is all just the beginning. You know, you got people over there in Sweden that have never been on lockdown. You have people over there in Sweden that you don't even hear about these niggas. Why though? Because, man, they're with the NWO. You know, and ultimately, man, that's gonna spread throughout the whole world, and to the point where the how do I say this? Because to an extent, we're in Jacob's trouble, the beginning of it, right? But when that happens, that's gonna be really Jacob's trouble, man. Because if the Lord is not looking out for you in them days, you can best and believe, right? You're gonna get caught up. You're gonna get caught up. You know, the Lord speaks about the hour of temptation, right? Why? Because you're gonna be tempted, right? They're gonna use your kids. They're gonna use your wife or your husband. They're gonna use your moms or your dads, your grandparents, right? A lot of people went and got that yab just because they, you know what I'm saying, they want to be around their family members, right? But what did Yahweh Shah say? Something along the lines of Salakia. So this is a good one. This is a good one, right? So I'll bring this one out, and then I'll bring out the one that I was referring to. So this is 1 John 2:15. Love not the world, neither the things that are in the world, right? And those things are the material things, right? The things of the flesh, you know? People, your house, your job, your car, you understand? If any man love the world, the love of the Father is not in him. For all that is in the world, the lust of the flesh and the lust of the eyes and the pride of life is not of the Father, but of the world. And the world passeth away. And you could believe it, the world that we're living in right now is gonna pass away. These kingdoms are gonna be set asunder, man. The only world that is gonna exist is the world of the nation of Israel, because the Lord referred to us as a world of in itself, you know, separate from the people in this world. You understand? Salakia. And the world passeth away and the lust thereof, but he that doeth the will of the Most High abideth forever. Right? So let me pull out that preset. There we go. So it says, this is Matthew 10:35. The point is at 37. For I am come to set a man at a variance against his father, and the daughter against her mother.